So today, without wasting time, we're going to be doing something very straight and direct. I hope you can hear me. Yes, you should be able to. Let me see if I can increase the volume. Okay, in the first episode, we were able to work on something from scratch, and I did that without thinking of all the process. But I realized that some people ask some questions. How did you generate the voiceover? How did you get the AI characters you use? And some other questions. So now I want to make sure that I put you through all of the process. I have pre-taught some things, the animations I'm going to be using. So we're working in After Effects, and we're doing something that is called Dan Koe kind of animation. All right, so what is Dan Koe animation? And I'm going to show you what that is briefly. And it's not the beginner kind of animation. Yeah, it's a little bit more complicated than what it's like normally. So I'm going to show you what that process is like. And yeah, basically, let's journey together. I don't know if I can do this. Oh, check. Okay, so this is you should be able to see my screen now. This is what it looks like. Dan Koe's kind of animation is sort of the complex type. Let me just look for something. I think one of the easiest I saw.
Life is a game. By the time you enter your 20s, your mind is programmed by your parents, teachers, and society, whether you think it is or not. It's how you survived. You went to school, you got the job, you have the same goals as everyone else.
Yeah, so this is the kind of thing we are going to be doing.
Questioning early.
I'm going to be doing it from scratch. Now I have my script already generated. I just need this to,
or you can.
I just wanted to use this to show you what it's going to be like. So I have my script already generated. I want to show you how I create the voiceover with 11 labs. Then now we move into After Effects and all the process that I didn't show you in the last video. So let me get the check 1 2. Okay, so now I'm ready to ride. I'm ready to move. There's a bit of tension on my end because this took a lot of process to kind of set up to bring the best quality. Yeah, but let's carry on. So this is what my script looks like. Yeah, this is what my script looks like. Here's the truth. Consistency beats. So I'm listening for feedback in my ears and there's a lag, so of course it's affecting it. So it says the truth. Consistency beats motivation every time. You won't feel like it every day, but that's not the point. The point is to show up, do the work, and let the results compound. So basically this is what it's like. So I'm going to copy it now. I am putting this MacBook through a lot. I hope it can take all I am putting it through. I really hope it can. Okay, so I'm using the free version now, and because of that I won't be able to download the audio. Okay, so I'm just going to paste this, then look for this particular voice I use. Is it real? I'm not sure, but let's listen, then I will know which one I'm using.
Here's the truth. Consistency beats motivation every time. You won't feel like it every day, but that's not the point. The point is to show up, do the work, and let the results compound. Success isn't about one big leap. It's about small steps taken daily. So, no matter how you feel, show up every single day.
So yeah, that's what it's like. That's what the voiceover is like. But because I am not having the paid version here, I'm just going to screen record and record the audio, set the destination. Yeah, so once I click on record, I'm going to keep quiet now and let it do the recording itself, yeah?
Here's the truth. Consistency beats motivation every time. You won't feel like it every day, but that's not the point. The point is to show up, do the work, and let the results compound. Success isn't about one big leap. It's about small steps taken daily. So, no matter how you feel, show up every single day.
Okay, so we are done with that. Let me see what it sounds like.
Here's the truth. Consistent.
Okay, so having done that now, the next thing I want to do is go to what do you call it now? Ophonic. But firstly, I have to convert to MP3. Convert video to audio. I think this is all the process. Ideally, I'll just use what is it called? I'll just use Premiere to convert, but let's see what this one will give us. Since I don't want to open Premiere, it might be a lot of work for my system at the moment. So yeah, as usual, if you have questions, let me just know in the chat. I am trying my best to focus on the chat, to also focus on the chat while I'm doing this. So if you have questions, just let me know in the chat section, and we'll see how we can make progress together. So yeah, having done that, it has converted. So let me just download. Then the reason I'm using Ophonic is because I just want to, since I'm recording the audio out of the system speaker, it might come with a little bit of reverb. So this is just going to kind of balance it a little bit, yeah. Please, once you're online, say I, so I will know that those that are watching it. What is this in? Low bitrate. So let's listen. Correct now and let it do the recording itself, yeah?
Here's the truth.
Okay, I think I'm good all the same. So episode 1 downloaded. Now next thing is to get into After Effects, but I'll need to be viewing my scripts once in a while. So I'm just going to leave this open. And let's get into AE. Yeah, welcome to AE. I don't think you need to see my face for now. Do you? So let's just work with After Effects fully. Great. So I'm just going to highlight everything and move this and call it episode 1. Now let's create another folder and call it episode 2. Okay. So import my audio. Then move it into a new composition. Now I'm doing this expecting that I will have questions, and if I have questions I will need to go back, but if I don't, I will just carry on. Episode 2, let me rename this to Work With Me episode 2. I will have to edit the audio because I remember. Now to see your waveform, just click L twice in fast succession. Yeah, just click L twice. So I'm just going to trim this, go to the end of the audio, then do this also. So
here's the truth. Consistency beats motivation.
Just reduce it so it doesn't overshadow my voice.
Here's the truth. Consistency beats motivation every
From
time.
your own end, as regards the audio and the video, please let me know what the quality is.
The point is to show up, do the work, and let the results compound.
Okay, so basically this is what it looks like. And I'm going to just trim it up to this point. But I want to use the reformat now. In the last episode we worked using this HD 1920 by 1080, but now I want to use the reformat, so I'm doing 1080 by 1920 Instagram reformat. Then if you see from our sample, Dan Koe, you see that his background basically is
Life is a game.
It's black.
By the time you enter your
so
20s,
there are no patterns, there's no motion of any sort. His background is black basically, and that's what we're going to be doing. Maybe that makes it easier. I don't know. But then following the script, and that's why I said this is not necessarily a beginner's kind of course, because it's going to take a lot of advanced stuff to get done. Now there's something I had to learn recently, and that's the animating and easing with position rather than only the speed graph. So I had to pay attention to that recently, and I want to try to work with it. Okay, so what is my script like? This is my script again. My brain is working at 100% at the moment because I'm having to switch between a lot of applications. So just bear with me. So here's the truth. Consistency beats motivation every time. Now, I went through the script, and at some point I was able to come up with some ideas in mind, but I would appreciate interaction, so I will know what ideas you also have and how we can work on this together. So it says, consistency beats motivation every time. Now, if I will notice something from Dan Koe's kind of animation, it's that he has, he has a lot of glow. Even with his, let's see, even with his text,
life is
he has a lot of glow with his text. So GPT has already given me a hint. Success is built daily. So let's start with that. Let's start working with that. So I'm just going to look for something subtle, and I'm going to try to keep my animation not fully on the screen, just to allow a little room for stuff here and there. Okay, so let's start. The first thing I want to put is success is built daily. No, I think I have something I want to use in mind. This something little, something light, yeah. So let's leave it at 80. So it's like at 30, 60. Success is built daily. Let me just try and format it a little bit. What if I do 50? I think this is cool to me. So I'm going to put successes. Sorry, you can't see After Effects. Oh my god, so much for my brain is working at 100%. So I'm having to switch even with the OBS, with the software I'm using to stream. Yeah, so it says success is built daily. Let me switch back to Chrome. So see the I'm going to skip this here is the truth and start from consistency beats motivation every time. Or I can put here is the truth at the top and put success is built daily at the bottom. So let's carry on that way. I will appreciate your comments in the comment section, just so I know you guys are following. I'm just going to duplicate this and do this. Sometimes I will need most times I will need my title margin or save margin just to make sure I am properly aligned. So the first one is, move this one down. The first one at the top should be, here is the truth. Okay, so next thing I want to try to do is just get my just animate this part.
Here's the truth.
Consistency beats motivation every
So for consistency beats motivation every time, I don't think I need to show that. Yeah, pardon me. Let me be sure. I'm using my phone here, so let me be sure there is nobody on Facebook that asks questions or anything of that sort. What I want to try to do is just get my just animate this part.
Here's the truth.
Okay, now I have to be switching with Facebook to be sure that no one is. Please, if you have questions on Facebook, just let me know also. Thank you. Let's go back to After Effects now. So here's the truth. I want to do something subtle. I don't want to spend so much time on the text. My emphasis one is the animation itself. I want to see how creative we can get with the animation itself. Okay, so here is the truth. How do we animate that? Let's just do something little again. So let's start with here is the truth, and I'm going to just use presets. I think I have one in mind. Let's see, fade up words or even fade up characters. Now this will not be too much on the screen. Now fade up characters basically does this.
Here's the truth.
I think I need to reduce this also. Let's leave it at -10.
Here's the truth. Consistency beats motivation every.
I'm not sure I like that. I don't like, -10. I don't like the animation. That's not what I had in mind. I had fade up from bottom in mind. Is it fade now or fly? I think it's fly. Fly in by characters. No, it's not fly still. Let me see. Let's just try fade upwards. There's something I am trying to remember. It's not coming to mind. Well, let's use this for this. I don't want to take too much time on this. I want to get to work immediately. So basically,
here's the truth.
That's fast.
Here's the truth. Here's the truth.
Okay, so for that one, I think I'm good with that. Instead of having to assume what the name is, I think I'll just go to my effects properties and try and look for it myself. Animation presets, text, animate in, then let me see what slider by character looks like. Yeah, this is what I had in mind. Slide up. I didn't even know it was slide. This is what I had in mind.
Here's the truth.
So let me see. Let me try and get it at the center of this. When this one comes in, then this one comes in also.
Here's the truth. 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 Here's the truth.
I'm not entirely convinced. I'm not convinced by that too. So let's see, fade upwards. Let's see what that gives us. I think I'm cool with this actually. I don't want to take too much time on the text. Let's just preset instead of having to animate from scratch.
Here's the truth.
Okay, so I think I'm good with this.
Here's the truth.
Let's ease it a little bit. And
here's the truth.
Consistent. There. So consistency now. This is where I want to take much time. Let me switch back to Chrome. Consistency beats motivation every time. So I am assuming what I had in mind was assuming a ball. Okay. God helps my brain. This is thinking of a lot of things at once. Well, let's see how much I can do. Okay. So
here's the truth. Here's the truth.
Consistency beats motivation every time. So let's see if I can move this to the bottom. I mean, move this up, then move this down a little bit more. Consistency beats motivation every time. So I want to do something that has like a ball. Okay, so I'm going to create a new comp. Leave it as, I need the width more, so I'm going to just leave it as say 3000 and leave this as 1000. I'm going to rename it as ball comp. Then I don't necessarily need the background, just disable the transparency. Then create solids like shapes, just rectangular shapes here. Okay, then duplicate it. 6 7. I have to be sure of 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. I think it's 8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Oh, is this what I had in mind? Something like this is what I had in mind. So having done that, I'm just going to see if I can move it to the center, increase the height a little bit. Yeah, then next thing is I'm going to create a circle. Let's reduce it a little bit, 90 80. Now this is where what I learned recently, I want to put it to work. Now bouncing animations can be very tricky, and I am hoping I am really hoping that what it is I learned recently from what's his name now, Jerking Motion, I want to put it to work. So I'm really hoping it works. Yeah, really hoping it works. So pray with me. So let's see. I'm usually just doing easing with speed. So I want to try with. So of course it's coming out. Create a position keyframe, then move forward, let's say 10 frames. Then the next thing is going to be here, but then if it comes in that way, it's going to go on a straight path, which is not what I am trying to achieve. So I'm going to select this and ease in. Then I'm going to select my pen tool. Once I select my pen tool and open it, it's going to create the path for me. Select my pen tool and click on it. Then it's going to enable this part for me, so I can select the part I wanted to move in. Yeah, you've seen that now. Now, if you have questions, kindly ask me. I'm not going to assume that everyone knows what I'm doing. So if you have questions, kindly let me know. Okay, so what's up? My system is already making noise. How much work am I doing? Or let's not start that way. Let me remove this and work on this. Then move forward 10 frames, then move up. Or in that case, alternate it. If this is where I'm going to take the most time today. So it's supposed to go, then as it's eating here, it's, let's say, let me just try. Let me just see what the motion is going to be like. Moving up a little bit more. Okay. Then move forward 2 more frames. Then in that case, I can copy this. I can copy this animation. Then paste it. Then come here, move forward 2 more frames, then paste it. So let's see what it looks like. Nope. So once I come here, I'm supposed to move forward, sorry. How many more frames? 1 2. I'm supposed to move forward 2 more frames. 1 2. Then that is when these guys will come in. So I'm going to have to delete this. Then want to copy this and post it here. Then move forward to more frames and post it. So let's see what it looks like here. Okay, so I should be able to continue that way. When it's up rather, I know that I'm going to copy all of this and paste it, copy all of this and paste it. So let's see what it looks like. But then, if I select everything and open up the easiest frame, the keyframes, I think what I should have done instead of having to duplicate it was, this is not looking bad in itself, but I'm not sure I'm a fan of the motion, even if I add motion blur. Now, in my mind, this is supposed to give consistency. That's the idea of the animation I have in mind. Yeah, it's supposed to give consistency. Like when you keep on doing something. Now, there's another idea I have in mind where you have like a wall. Okay, you have like a wall, and you are, the more you hit the wall, the more it's breaking or something. We can also try that, but I'm not sure I want to go to that. So this is basically like a try and error to see what works. Yeah. So if you have ideas of things I can, or you would want me to implement, let me just know, so I will do so as we work together. Okay, I think I will actually just work with this movement while you carry on doing something. So let me pause here for now. I might need to come and do something later, but let me pause here for now. Then move the ball comp inside there. This is what my ball comp looks like. Did I disable the, sorry? Yeah. So this is what my ball comp looks like.
Here's the truth. Consistency beats.
So let me see if I can reduce the size of this and monitor the maximum height so it doesn't affect the text. Let me just come to the first frame. Yeah, it doesn't affect the text.
Here's the truth. Consistency beats.
Okay, so
here's the truth. Consistency beats motivation.
So how do we bring in the, let's see, the animation itself? I can choose to move it forward a little bit more. Then this rectangle now, I'm going to move the anchor point to the bottom. Then say move it up a little bit because of the anchor point. Oh, it's going to affect the height I am working with. Thank God I remembered that. It's going to affect the height, I mean the base of the ball if I move it anyway, and I don't want to have to go through all of that stress. So what I'm trying to do basically is enlarge the scale. I'm going to disable this. This is X, this is Y. So I'm going to select my scale, then XY, change this to 0. Then as I move forward, I'm going to change this to 100. So this is what it's going to look like. But that's fast. Let's do this. I think I should be cool with this. Or even better, move this forward and also move this. Okay, just trying to see what works and what will make it look better. If you don't want it, if you are holding, if you are moving your stuff and you don't want it to move up or move down, you can just select hold shift down and it will snap it to that. Okay, I think I'm good with this now.
Here's the truth. Consistency beats motivation.
So basically what I want to try to do is just create a general create a general animation, then come for the ease much later. So I just want to create a general animation, then if I need to tweak some things in between, I will go ahead and do so. But create a general animation, then treat the ease, some alternatives I will need to correct later. But I want to create a general stuff right now. So what you're going to see now is basically the general stuff. Then if I need to go into more details, I probably won't do that on live stream. I'm planning this to be a maximum 1 hour 30 minutes. So yeah, let's work together.
Here's the truth. Consistency beats motivation. Here's the truth. Consistency beats. Here's the truth. Consistency beats Here's the truth. Consistency beats
Okay, so with this my motivation, what I want to try is, what does motivation suggest? Let's assume it suggests something like energy. Motivation suggests something like energy. Okay, so how do we deal with that? Motivation suggests energy. So how do we deal with that? Something like an echo effect. Consistency is not something that you enjoy doing. So basically, motivation should give something like an energy effect. So let's see how we can do that. So I'm just going to take this part of the animation, duplicate it, then see if I can add an echo effect. Now our echo effect, we might have to for my echo, I'm going to turn off. For my echo, I'm going to turn off the fill, then enable only stroke, then say leave it at just 3. Let's see. This is what echo usually does. So just to create that illusion of motivation, that's my idea of using the echo effect. So number of echoes, let me change it to 5. So let's see what it looks like. I don't know if this suggests motivation, but let's see. Just create a rough sketch for me, then see if we'll need to tweak it at certain points.
Here's the truth. Consistency beats motivation. Here's the truth. Consistency beats motivation.
So where it says motivation, that is where I'm going to trim the echo effect to. So let's see. So I don't like the way it comes in. I'm just going to create a little bit of fading. So it just fades in, so it doesn't just come in at once there. Echo effects, like once you apply echo effect to any of your animations, especially if you know what it is you're doing, it changes your work a whole lot. So let's see.
The truth. Consistency beats motivation every time. Truth. Consistency beats motivation every time. You won't feel like it every day.
Okay, so basically, I think I'm good with the stage that I am now, and I want to move on to the next part. Yeah, I want to just create a rough sketch through the whole thing. Then, if I would need to tweak it at any point, I will do so. So it says you won't feel. Are we on Chrome? Sorry. It says you won't feel like it every day, but that's not the point. Now, what I had in mind for that every day is simple. Yeah, you won't feel like it every day. I'm just going to create something like a to-do list, but not necessarily a to-do list. Let's just get into After Effects. Not necessarily a to-do list, but something of that nature. So what I'm going to do is, let's listen.
Here's the truth. Consistency beats motivation every time. You won't feel like it every time. You won't feel.
The space between That's what
every time.
Now this is not Premiere, so
You won't feel like it every day, but that's not the point.
imagine people that really edit videos, that do proper video editing in Premiere. I've always said that they have my respect 100%, because I don't know how you guys manage to edit audio doing that. Like I've always said, and people that I teach, I've always told them that
It's about small steps.
I've always told them that what's it called? Premiere. I mean, After Effects is not optimized for audio. So if you choose to do proper audio editing in After Effects, then I don't know. I won't call you a boss, but I could say so. Now, it's a reverse case if you choose to do animation inside of Premiere. Right, so I'm just going to pre-compose this, then call it pre-compose this and call this audio.
Here's the truth. Consistency beats motivation.
I think I want to reduce the size of this a little bit more. 70. Turn on this and just move it. So I have to make sure I am targeting the center.
Here's the truth. Consistency beats.
Move it down a little bit more.
Here's the truth. Consistency beats motivation every time. Here's the truth. Consistency beats motivation every time.
Okay, so
Motivation every time.
the next point is I'm just going to create a marker here. To create a marker, I just use Alt 8. Is it Alt now? For Mac, it's Option. So I don't know what Option is for Windows. So I just use that to create a marker, so I know the next point I'm going in. Now, what I have in mind is it says that you won't feel like it every day. So I'm just going to try to create a Monday to Sunday kind of thing. So in that case, I'm going to create a new composition, Monday to Sunday, and I'm just going to make that a square comp, turn off transparency. Then with my text, just Monday, I don't want to use for reasons best known to me, I would just have continued on the same text layer, but I don't want to do so. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. That's 7, I guess. Okay, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay, so centralize everything. I'm going to bring out my ruler, then try and move everything to this point. Now, to make sure I'm on the same line, of course, for those that are knowledgeable in this regard, I have to hold shift down. This will not work. I mean, doing it together will not work. That's why I'm doing it one by one, just to snap it to the edge of the ruler. Okay, I don't know if this will not look so good. This will not look so good. I think the way I did it with everything centered is better. Now I'm going to create something like a checkbox. Create something like a checkbox. I'm using my rounded rectangle tool. I can just use my ellipse tool. Since it is very close to each other, I mean it's very small, it might not give the rounded rectangle tool it's supposed to give. Yeah, so I'm going to try to look for the center of this, just so it's aligned. Let me just see my roundedness. Let me just make it a circle instead of an ellipse. Then reduce the size of the circle. I'm watching my comment section. I'm kind of watching Facebook. So if you guys have an idea of what it's like or what we can use to interpret, let me send the scripts. Let me post the script in the comment section on Facebook. So if you have an idea of what we can use to visualize any of the parts, kindly just let me know. Just let me know, please. Let me post the same thing on so I post the same thing on what is it called now? On YouTube. Let me post the sorry. My brain is at the maximum. Pardon me, please. If it's not booting as it's supposed to. Come on. Let me post the sorry. Okay, where is my chat? Oh, there's a limit to what you can post on. There's a limit to what you can post on YouTube. Interesting. So let me post the first part and then the second part. This is just so that we can work together, and if you got other ideas, kindly let me know. Oh, okay, good. So let's carry on with work. Sorry for that delay. Let's carry on with work, please. So if you got ideas, kindly let me know so we can visualize it and work together. So what I was saying is I just want to duplicate this also and drag it down to make sure it snaps to the center of this. Ideally, I should create another ruler in case I want to change something so I don't have to start moving again. So your rulers and safe margin, using them to work, it will 100% make your work look more professional. Using your rulers and safe margin to work, to 100% make your work look more professional, because some people, one of the things that turns them off is having misaligned elements, misaligned assets all over your footage. Once they see that, is one of, even for me, not just for videos, even for graphic designs, So I have done this. Great. Let's assume this is it. Next thing I want to do is create a rounded rectangle. Rounded rectangle. Yeah. Highlight everything, then a little bit up. Then for the rounded rectangle, I'm going to increase this a little bit to this. Now let's see what it looks like inside of my main comp. I'm just going to go and import it, import it and drop it here. This is what it looks like here. Now at this point, I think I can remove my text.
Here's the truth. Consistency beats motivation every time. You won't feel like... Here's the truth. Consistency beats motivation every time.
So when I get here, I'm just going to do this. Then at the end, I'm going to change it to 0. I don't want to. I want to try as much for text. I want to try not to use
Here's the truth.
Animation.
Consistency beats motivation every time.
You won't feel like it ever.
Here's the truth. Consistency beats motivation
Every time.
You won't feel like...
That's kind of too much, too fast rather. I'm just going to basically do the same thing for year 2. 1, 2, 1.
Here's the truth. Consistency beats motivation every time. You won't feel like it.
Okay, so this is going to. Now, how do I make this leave? Do I do it from the pre-comp or do it inside of this? One thing I notice about Dan Koe is his transitions, and that blows my mind every time. So let me try to replicate something of that manner here. Now, how do I? Is there a way I can change this rectangle into this? That's the idea to see if I can change the rectangle into this. Now, because I'm working with different compositions, it might pose a little bit of problem. It might be very tricky. So what I'm going to do is let me see. If I change this to 1080 as I am working, then I'm going to try to I just create a null object and attach these guys to it. Then try and move it in. Is this not attached? Oh, this is not the layer I'm working with. Sorry. That one and this one also. Yeah, so I'm supposed to pin everything to this. Then move it into. Look for the maximum points. I think this is good. Let me see what it looks like here. Okay, so having done that, I'm just going to move this back. Where's the maximum points? Okay, I think we are good still.
Consistency beats
only that it's not in the center. You can see that little misalignment, the fact that it's not in the center, how it can so trip someone off, turn someone off. So I'm just going to try and make it look more appealing.
Here's the truth.
In the center.
Consistency beats motivation every time. You won't every time. You won't feel like it every time. You won't feel like it.
Okay, so what I want to do now, as I have discussed, is since this one is 1080, and my ball comp to is 1080. What I'm going to do now is just copy those layers that I'm using. Just hold command down and select them, and see the null object, also select it. So once I come in here and I drop it here, they should have the exact same position. Okay, but let me copy from the top. Sorry. Control C, then drop it here. Now you can be sure that they are in the exact same position. Okay, you can be sure they're in the exact same position. So what I want to do now is I want this rectangle. Let me just rename it as bottom. Name this as ball. Then name this as echo. Say ball echo. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to select this. Then at the point it starts, at the very beginning point, yeah, I'm just going to see how where is it? This is the bottom. Okay, at this point I don't need the scale to go from, I'm just going to delete it and change the scale to 100. It's not going to affect the normal and this one, all these ones can start from the beginning. I have to, what I need to do now is make sure that how this one is animated. Let me just, this is the top, this is this place. So what I'm going to do is select this also. For now, do this. That's for now. Then do this, so the animation continues. But what I want to do now is take this and move. Take this. This is where it stops ideally from the ball comp. Then trim it. Then move it to the very beginning. Okay, so let's see what it looks like now. You notice that it's going to give a little bit of seamless. Now I have to get the exact position and scale of this one. This is 70. Then for position, this is it. So it's going to be the exact same position. For the base square, at least, it's going to be the exact same position. So let me turn this off and see.
You won't feel like it every day.
If I turn this on,
But that's not the point.
why is this not moving?
You won't feel like it every day. You won't feel like it every day. But
Okay, it's moving, but yeah, it's not moving.
that's not the point.
It's also moving. Okay, so the base is the same at least, and I'm going to try as much as possible to see how I can morph the bottom into this shape, and I'm going to try to make that as fast as possible. Now, of course, my fill has to go off, so I'm just going to animate my fill color. For fill, to open that, I just select U twice in quick succession, then it opens up my properties. Therefore, fill I have to open for opacity. So the opacity is going to go from 100 to 0 rather. I'm just from 0 to 100, but then ideally it does not have stroke, so I'm just going to turn on, or it has stroke, but the width is not, the width is at 0. So it's that stroke now. For my main, for this outline, where is it? For the outline I'm using, is it this? Yeah, for the outline, the stroke is at 3 pixels. So I'm going to try to do the same thing. Yeah, my stroke width. Let me start animating from this point. Then I'm going to get to this point and make it 3. Then the color, of course, is going to go back to, color is going to go back ideally to white. So let's see. Okay, so now I'm going to do the rectangle part again and try to the roundness. The roundness I'm using here is what? 50. Okay, the roundness I'm using here is 50, but I'm going to animate that over time. Okay, so as it's moving, this is what I want. I want it to go from, I'm going to animate the size and position of the part of the rectangle part itself, not the shape layer. Okay, so moving forward, I'm just going to try to get centralize this. No, not that way, not centralizing that way. Centralize this, then sorry, I'm animating the wrong, I'm moving the wrong position. That's not what I'm animating. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to use this. That's animating the part itself. Then for this one also, increase the height. No, I shouldn't be using my cursor in this case. Increase the height. That's the height. Then position also. To try and make sure, I'm trying to make sure now that it moves in the same proportion. And I'm going to do this also. Then after that, I will come to my roundness. I can animate my roundness at the same pace. Then change my roundness to 50. So it's going to kind of, now if I notice a little bit of difference, I'm going to have to tweak it. Then move the position of this, the x-axis and the y-axis. Then at the end, let me see what this looks like. That is giving me kind of too slow. 1, 2, let me just work with this. Turn on, okay, motion blur is turned on. Okay, so this is what I have. Okay, so let's leave this for now. Then when it gets here towards the end, I will just turn off the whole thing itself. So I can either turn off the stroke or turn off the opacity of the layer. But since we're working with stroke, let me just turn off the stroke. So when it gets to no, that will be too far. Okay, I think that should work for me. Let's see what it looks like. And if I add the echo effect again as it's moving, I'm just going to try to make it as subtle as possible. Make the echo effect subtle. Yeah, I think I like what that looks like. Let me see. Okay, I think I'm good. Okay, so now I've done what I need to do. Now the next thing I will need to try is to move this circle. What I want to do is tricky, but let me just leave the circle for now. The ball echo, I will kind of when I've moved to the point I want, I will kind of disable the echo here. So I'm just going to turn off the opacity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's move forward 5. Disable the echo in the smoothest manner. Let me move this forward a little bit more. Then as the echo is being disabled, I want to move this circle to this point also. And this is the circle we're moving here. So I'm just going to select it, position. I think I want to duplicate this first, and let me turn this off to see how this works. Is that what I wanted to do? No. Turn this off, then Shift D, then the animation I already have, delete it. So I'm just going to move this and the scale. Just going to move it here. Let me just reduce the opacity so I can see what I'm working with. Move this up to this point, then reduce the scale to, I think 30 works, so 32. 32 works. So once it gets here, this is what it looks like. Now this is proper motion graphics. Then just let me see if I can just try to align this point as much as I can. But that animation is not the motion. So for position, I'm going to open this for position, then open up the value graph. Let me see how I can play with this to make the animation better. Proper motion graphics in the sense that it's not necessarily for only video editors there. Instead of that, let me go back to the speed graph. Okay, this is what I want for speed graph. Then for the speed graph, let me select, and Okay, and work only with the value graph. Now, what do I want to do here? Just need a better motion. Basically, I want it to look better. What am I working with? Okay. I'm derailing. Or the speed graph won't work here. And what case scenarios will the speed graph work? Trying to see what case scenarios the speed graphs will work. It's not Jesus. I'm not remembering it. I think I'm just going to continue with the the position graph, not the speed graph. Or instead of that, I'm going to go the opposite direction. Okay. Sorry, pardon me, not speed graph, position graph. That's what I meant. Let me just leave this roughly. If I need to come and do the easing later, I will make sure to do that. Then once it hits here, once it hits here, I'm just going to do now this will be very tricky, but the animation, I think at the end of the day, it's going to be worth it. So let me do this. What now? Let me lock this layer. Let me do this. I'm going to select this. Okay, I'm gonna have to lock this layer too. I'm going to select this, and it's when it gets to this point, I have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6. So I'm going to move forward. How do I do it now? I'm going to move forward. It's not 7 times, 14 times. My idea is to I think I know what I want to do in mind, but let me just get it done. I'm going to move forward. How many times now? 7 times. Let me try 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that what I have in mind? Now I want this to appear in a very smooth manner. It's also supposed to be given easy ease. So I want it to appear in a very smooth manner. So let me move forward 1, 2. That's about 10 frames. Let me use to show you what I mean. This is what I have in mind. So I'm going from 7, or is it 7 now? I'm on 6 to 5 to 4 to 3 to 2 to 1. In that 6, I want it to have 6. That will make it, I'm moving forward. This is a lot of mass. Isn't necessary. Let's assume I'm moving forward 6 times. Or more. Let's go back to After Effects, please. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I can't do like that. 1, 2, 3. Nope. If this is where this one comes in, if this is where this one comes in, then 1, 2. I have like how many? 1, 2, 3 is that's 15 frames. So if I do 12 frames now, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's reducing by 3. Then I will do 9 frames. 1, 2, move back 1. That's 9 frames. Then I will do 6 frames. 1, 2, move back 1. Then I will do 3 frames. 1, move back twice. Then I will do ideally 0 frames, but I will just make it My calculation is wrong, but it might work for me. Okay, that's too much time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's my calculation. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Then I'll do 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I'll do 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then I will do 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'll do 3. 1, 2, 3. So let's see what this looks like now. Otherwise, it's supposed to be faster. Now it's looking too slow. Let's see if I can make it faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay, I think that's good for me. Okay, so when this gets here, where is that ball? It's when this gets here that I want all of this to show up. Okay. Or let's try and time this to when the echo is, to when this is happening to. That's when this should happen. So in that case, don't forget that ideally the first ball is not supposed to be there until it hits it here. I don't like the delay that I experience before I see it. Still don't like the delay. Okay, so I think I am good with what this looks like at the moment. Oh, so now let's deal with the text itself. For the text, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a null object. 1 hour 30 minutes. That was the plan. Text null. Well, this will enter 2 hours. I think I'm fine with that also. And just to get somewhere tangible, so I don't do all the work. Then at the end of the day, there won't be points with this. So when it gets here, while this is happening, I think the text can also be coming in. Now for the text, since everything is attached to a null object, yeah, so basically what I want is that from the bottom, now I'm just going to, okay, I have a point here, but just to be safe, I'm just going to create a ruler at the top of this. Create a ruler at the top of this, then move it down. And let me be sure where this ends. Okay, let me move it to this point. So okay, so turn on motion blur. Then let's go back to this. I really want to use this. So why was this not showing? Is it that I can use for what I wanted to do? Is it that I can use Nah. That's not what I'm trying to do. Guys, please allow me. I'm just going to quickly check for my tutorial. I'm going to even show you what it's like. So I don't know why I'm not able to. What's his name? What's my guy's name? Jake in motion. Graph editor. This is my After Effects. This is my major After Effects tutor. Like,
sometimes it goes up, sometimes it comes down, and for some reason I think. So what are we looking at here? Well, first of all, it's
100%. Oh, there's something I was supposed to do. Let me just be trying it as I remember. Speaking of separating dimensions, those are separate dimensions. Separate dimensions. I think you mentioned that before you can do anything, you have to make sure dimensions are separated. But even at that, I'm working on only the y-axis. Okay, so let's continue. Let me go back to Chrome.
a graph that is these squares right keyframes, the keyframes. The lines between those squares are the change in animate 17 board as well as the x position over time. Now I don't actually want any y position keyframes, so I'm just going to get rid of them by clicking on that stopwatch, and now I can focus on just the graph type that's changing. So with all those keyframes selected, I'm going to click on this button right here, which is Easy Ease. Again,
Easy Ease. Okay, that's one problem. It was not. One problem is that it was not easy eased. So select my keyframe. This is what I was looking for that wasn't enabled. Oh my god. Let me see. So let me see how much difference this will make. That's kind of fast. It was not easy. Why was I deceiving myself thinking it was? So ramp up, slow motion, then I think for what I want to do, this might not necessarily work. For what I want to do, bearing the space I have in between, I think I've achieved what I wanted to achieve. The fact is that I could have done that with the speed graph. I could have done that with the speed graph, yeah? Is my motion blur on? Why am I not seeing so much blur? Anyways, my motion blur is not for the null object. It should be on for the text other than the null object, yeah. Okay, so what I want to do now is I might have to pick because this is going to be shown at the bottom. So what I will need to do is for my y-axis, I'll need to pre-compose all of this and this text or day anim. Yeah, so I'm going to pre-compose all of this. Now the movement, what I just did is now the movements I did is inside of this composition. So whatever I do to this is not going to affect the movement at all. So the simple thing I want to do here is I don't want it to show at the bottom. I think I want it to adjust this endpoint again. Why is it doing this? I think my graph editor is very unique, so I'm just going to create another null object. Let's not mess things up and attach this to this, then pull this up. This is my first time using the value graph editor properly, so I don't want to jinx anything. I said to come and learn it on the job here. So let me be sure it's at the center. Where is this one? Okay, then see how this can move up a little bit. Thank God I created that. Thank God I created that ruler already, so it's already saving me at this point. So what I want to do is I want to create a mask that won't show it at the bottom from here. From here to it won't show the bottom here. So once I've created the mask ideally is just going to show what I have at the bottom. So I'm just going to invert the mask, turn the mask to subtract, and feather it by say 10, not too much. Okay, so done. So let's see what transition looks like. What the transition looks like.
Time. You won't feel like it every day.
Hey, but that's not the point.
The point. Time. You won't feel like it every day, but that's not the.
Did I disable some things? Okay, this is not on, sorry. Then this is supposed to go at this point. I'm just delete it. I can bring it back if I.
You won't feel like it every day, but that's not. You won't feel like it every day. You won't feel like it every day, but that. You won't feel like it.
I don't like the fact that it's fading off or fading out before it starts moving. So now I'm just going to quickly correct that. That's the opacity. Is it the opacity? No. The opacity of the failure. I don't like the fact that the movement is happening. So let's see. Yeah, that's better now. Why does it makes it better?
You won't feel like it every day, but that's not the point.
That's not the point.
Let's listen.
Time. You won't feel like it every.
Let me leave this. Let me try and look for the point it starts fading. Feels like it's already fading here, is it? If the opacity is not, really feels like it's already fading. Let me make sure I have not altered anything. This is at 100. Okay, let's see. Let's go back to this. So I'm going to just pull this up to this point. Or is it because it's looking brighter than normal? No, something is wrong. It's not in this composition. Is it here? I need to find that place that is wrong. I've got to look for that place that is wrong. Is it the ball? Is it because blur is on? Nope. Because I have echo on. Yes, because I have echo on. So let me see. So what I think I want to do is, how can I remedy that? If I animate the echo, is the echo even animated? Ideally it's not. 1, 2, 3. Then I don't think that should be what I'm animating. Let me animate this. It changes to add here, then from here, maximum, minimum, blend. That's even brighter. I think I can leave it here. Then I need to be sure that it's still not affecting it. It's still affecting it, but it's better. Returning the echo off. If I turn this to 0 or 1, yeah, I think that's better. Yeah, I think I've gotten what I want to achieve.
You won't feel like it every day. You won't feel like it every day, but that's not the point.
Oh, okay. I think we are making progress. Now imagine the much work we have done. See how many layers we
Here's the
have.
truth. Consistency beats motivation every time. You won't feel like it every.
Oh, our outline is not supposed to show immediately. My God, this is stressful. Our outline is not supposed to show immediately. Where do I find that? Is it this? Yeah, it's not supposed to show immediately until this one gets here. So maybe from here it can 1 2 3 1 2 3. It can just fade in briefly.
You won't feel like it every time. You won't feel like it every day. You won't feel like it every day, but that's not the. You won't feel like it every day, but that's not the point.
Okay, so I want this circle that is selected to move from here to from the top to the bottom. Now, it feels like the major work. I'm going to be doing the majority of the work inside of this composition. So what do I do? Remember, we are not done. We are still going to add glow because that's one of the major highlights of Dan Koe, using the glow whatever. So I'm still going to get to the glow at the end of it, or even off the stream. Yeah, but 3 minutes to the time that I projected for this. But let's see how far we can go. At the end of the day, let's see, by 8. I should wrap up by 8. Yeah, at the end of the day. So it's on Monday. Yeah, it's on Monday at the moment. And once the circle is on Monday, I should have a little bit of difference from when the circle is on other days. And I want to make sure I keep using white. So what I think I can do is that the glow for each one is going to vary. What do I think? How can I differentiate the text? Yo, Mysterio, what's up? I see you. Do you have an idea? Do you have an idea of what I can try to differentiate the text? Let's see. What can I do? I want to make sure I keep my colors consistent. What if I just kind of underline it? Would that make sense? Let me try. Let me just create a quick. Let me create a quick line. I don't know if this will work, but let's try. Yeah. I don't know, but let me reduce the opacity. No problem, man. No problem. I want to make sure I use the same colors. That's why I'm doing this. So let me try if creating an underlining could work. Okay. So as I'm moving from. So where's my main circle? This is my main circle, no? Yeah, this is my main circle. This is the ball. Yeah, so as I'm going from one, now I have to try as much as I can to be precise. Create position here, move forward. That's 10 frames. Move forward 10 frames, yeah. Then create another one. And the movement is going to be once, but I'm just going to try to use keyframe hold to hold the frames. Then move forward 10 frames again. Okay, move forward 10 frames again. If I think the 10 frames is too much at the end, I will just trim the whole thing. Move forward 10 frames again. Am I online? Before 10 frames again. Am I done? You people that use Premiere, I don't mind. Please, I would love to see what you can recreate with this in Premiere. So what I want to do is just create. Honestly, I would love to see how you can recreate this in Premiere. Okay, so once it gets here, I just added a, and I would love to see it. I just added a frame old. I'm going to do the same thing from here. So when it gets to now, I can see that it's a little bit out of it. So try to do the same thing for this. Okay, do I want to, let's see what the animation looks like at this point. Alright, when I send the finished product, then voila. So of course I want this to come in before this, so let me see if I can alter it a little bit. If 5 is not too much, it's still coming in earlier, and that's because I'm using a keyframe mode for, I don't want to use a keyframe mode for the underlining effect. It's when it moves it starts moving. At the end of the day, I think I might just need to use, I might use a keyframe mode, but then my old toggle old keyframe. Okay, so let me try something for this part. Since I've gone, I'm going to do 5 frames here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to do 7 frames here. I'm going to try an increase of 2 for each frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Just to give it a little bit of, make it better as per movement wise. That's slow now. Honestly, I think that's better for me. And even with this, I think that's better for me. But in another sense, instead of using the underlining, okay, I think I can also add the underlining and a little bit of opacity animation. Let me try that. Let me try a little bit of opacity animation. So I'm just going to lock this, then open this just beside it, so I can see both of them together. So at this point, where am I? So at this point of Monday, I'm just going to select this, take it to 50, then take it back to 100. I'm just going to move it here. So at the beginning, I want it to be at 50 rather. So let's maintain 50. So when it gets to Tuesday, on Monday, when it gets to Tuesday, I'm going to change this to, create this one, then change this to 50, then old 50, old 50, then change this to 100, then create the same thing here, old 100 and change it to 50 here, then old 50 and change it back to old 50 and change it back to 100. Then when it gets to 100, old this, then change it to 50, old 50, then change it back to 100, create the same thing, change this to 50. My brain is on fire. My brain is actually on fire at the moment. Not the positive kind of fire. Like, my brain is burning literally. Change this to 50. Old 50, then change this to 100. Then one more. I can't wait to be done with this. This particular effect that I'm doing. Okay, now it maintains 50 here. That was stressful, very demanding for my young brain. That was very stressful. Okay. Thank God I am done with that. If you know what I mean by demanding for my young brain. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it there.
You won't feel like it every day, but
that's not the point.
You won't feel like it every day, but that's not the point.
The point
My God.
Here's the truth. Consistency beats motivation every time. You won't feel like it every day, but that's not the point. The point is to show up. Here's the truth. Consistency beats motivation every time. You won't feel like it every day, but that's not the point. The point is to show up, do the work.
Okay, so the next thing I want to treat now is the point is to show up, do the work. Where do I find that?